Why? Why do you want to wait 10 seconds? I don't understand why you want to wait 10 seconds. Ready? Okay.
Hey. Stream in the dark.
Yeah,
Speaking of that,
you're dark. Let's do this real quick.
I'm dark.
Well, your camera is showing up dark. So
Dot dot dot.
let's put a little light on you.
You're blinding me.
Am I blinding
You're
you?
the sun.
Am I the sun?
Hi, sun. Wait,
Okay.
I'm sun. Father, son.
Yes.
Son, sun. You're the sun. I'm the sun. Sun, sun, sun. Sunshine. Sun person.
Sunshine shining on me.
Well, you.
Okay.
Okay, I need duct tape to put over that watch. It's being annoying.
What watch?
It's like beep 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 beep
What
beep
watch?
beep 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 because it's 12 in the morning and what watch? The watch that I have.
Is it in the other room?
I think it might be in my room or something.
Oh, just leave it.
Actually, no, I think it's on the couch.
We'll deal with it as is, as opposed to leaving.
It's like
in the
beep
middle of the
beep beep.
All right, so
wake up! I'm gonna interrupt your sleep.
We are back.
Sleep, sleep. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
To discuss some more horror movies.
Yeah, I finished Halloween, and so far, the thing is, somehow to me, it's a little confusing for the plot line. But I guess to me, it's confusing, but I'm just gonna explain it to you, even though I might not even understand it. So here we go.
All right.
Halloween 1. It takes place in Haddonfield, where Michael Myers is peeking through the window, where they're supposed to be babysitting, but they're not doing that. So then he goes inside, he grabs a kitchen knife from the drawer, he walks up the stairs, he opens the door or something, and then he starts stabbing his babysitter. And not his babysitter, his big sister.
Yeah.
And from what I heard from other movies, I think I heard that he stabbed her 17 or 18 times. So that's...
I don't think the number really...
But... And then later on, they all walk home, Lori and I guess her friends. And then she sees the first sighting of Michael, and she's like, who dat? And then the friends are like, yeah, you're seeing things. You need to go to a mental hospital. Bye-bye!
Yeah.
Okay, no, they don't actually do that, but they're like, yeah, I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
And then...
Alright, so we got...
And then you got part 2, which is, so, it's basically the same night, and it just takes place right where it ended, so, where she was getting choked and all, then she fell down the stairs and whatever, the kids were screaming, Loomis came up, he grabbed his gun, a revolver, when he was putting the mask back on, he shot him 6 times, but according to YouTube videos that I watched, they shot him 7 times, and he got shot off the front balcony, not the side balcony.
Well,
so I guess Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, they didn't like.
Well, that seems like something we would have to go back and actually sit and look shot by shot.
Yeah.
Because
I was literally watching Halloween 1, and I was like, I'm gonna count the shots and see if this is true. And yes, I got 6. But then I watched some video of Halloween 2 kill count and said there was 7 shots instead of 6, and he fell off the front balcony, not the side balcony.
I never looked at it that closely, and I always take everything I read online or watch online with a huge dose of salt, meaning I don't trust it right away. But that would be something we would have to sit and watch shot for shot, because I always thought they just took a lot of those scenes from the first movie and just recycled them into the next movie. I thought. But I don't know. I
And
could be
then
completely
Halloween
wrong.
2 again. Then she goes to the hospital. She's there for a while. And then, well, Michael comes, and then he starts killing people, well, like always. Then in that movie, he gets set on fire, and I think that might have been the last movie John Carpenter and Deborah Hills were the directors of. Even I
Oh,
don't even know if they
you're
directed
you're
Halloween 2.
you're paying a lot of attention to all the
And
details there.
and let me tell you something. The person who played Halloween actually got lit on fire. He was a stunt man.
Yeah, that's
And the
they
fire
were
was so hot, it actually like gave him burns
yeah
because there was like metal on him.
yeah well they
So
wear
it burned
protective
him.
suits and then they coat them with a certain type of I think gel that can burn and then at a
And you
controlled
can hear his
controlled
steps. It's like
temperature.
it was like a pack. You
Yeah,
could hear his steps.
yeah.
And people say that was one of the best Halloween sequels, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I agree.
Well,
But the thing is, let me tell you, people these days, they come across Michael, they stab him once, and they're like, "Oh look, I killed him! Oh my God, look, I'm the hero! Look at me!" And the next thing you know, their throat's getting slit, and they're dead.
yeah,
Laurie's like, needle hanger.
I don't understand that reference at
Wait,
all.
no, a needle to the throat,
Oh,
hanger
like
to the eye, and one knife to the chest, one stab. And then Michael's like, gets up, starts
yeah,
choking.
yeah. But moving on
And then
to the
Halloween
next.
3, the film that doesn't have anything to do with Michael Myers, doesn't have anything to do with any of the plot line whatsoever, so I don't think it belongs in the series. I don't think I should even explain it to you, because it's not even part of the plot line.
Short of having
There
a commercial
is no
for the
Michael
movie
Myers,
Halloween.
there is no Laurie, there is no nothing related to it. All it is a psychopath person who's trying to kill all the kids in the world by making them put on a mask and by making them watch a 9 o'clock giveaway, more like 9 o'clock death.
Yeah, and I don't understand how that all is supposed to work with the Stonehenge and witchcraft, and you've got technology in the mask that kills the kid, but somehow implants worms and bugs and snakes and other crap inside the kid, transforms them somehow, and then those kill the parents. So he's just actually attempting to kill more than just the kids,
No,
right?
I don't think they died. I think they passed out and fainted.
No, I think the parents in the room when they did the test, they died.
One word. How?
I,
How did they die?
I don't
They
even
just
know how they
faint?
made that movie. It makes absolutely no sense. It was kind of a hard one to sit
And
and
that
watch.
kill where orange stuff came out of person, you don't know what that was?
What?
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Was orange juice concentrate, probably?
Yes.
Yeah.
Halloween 4. Let's go to Halloween 4. Where
Okay.
it also doesn't have Laurie in it. And I will tell you later on. Okay? It's basically about her, it's just a person named Jamie. Jamie is, has an uncle. And the uncle is Michael Myers. Wow, yes. So, in Halloween 4, what happens is, well, she has this nightmare, kinda, well, quote unquote nightmare, because she sees Michael right under her bed, or she kind of gets dragged, but then a parent comes inside, and it's like, oh, and she was like, oh, that's "Oh, you just had a bad dream," and like they came up with a name called the Nightmare Man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and
Sorry, I was just pulling up some stuff
she
about.
got this costume. It was like a clown mask with a little whatever and whatever. Um, it was like a nose. And
Well, yeah, it
whatever.
was her Halloween costume.
Yeah. She came across Michael again, or kinda, but then
Well, she
she
saw him.
crashed into the mirror,
Yeah.
and then you see Michael's reflection in the mirror
Mm-hmm.
one more time. And then here's something that I don't know. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I think it's
What were
in
you?
Halloween 4, they have this skinny, pale mask that came from a store. So, I mean, honestly, if you look at the picture in Halloween 4, tell me, does it look like the Halloween mask? No, it doesn't. It does not look like the Halloween mask in Halloween 4.
I want to look those up real quick just so I can see them in comparison.
Moving on to Halloween 5, I'm not explaining it too much. I don't want to take forever explaining it, so it's just going to be a short whatever. This one's called The Revenge of Michael Myers. Last one was called The Return. Second one was called just Halloween 2. So Halloween 5, he wears his mask like, where he wears it like, he wears it more out. So
out of the collar.
So like his mask is really long.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fat. It's a fat mask. So it's like the mask is like his face might be like, I don't know, this big, and the mask is like that big, and it just doesn't look right on him compared to Halloween 4, where it does fit in a bit more. So yeah. So Halloween 5, Jamie basically lost her voice. You don't even know what she's saying.
Yeah, there they all are together.
You got the Rob Zombie ones.
Yeah, but I'm looking at these ones here. Yeah. 1 and 2, I like. 3, not so much. 4.
No, that's 5.
5.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah.
Alright, about Halloween 5. She lost her voice, and in one of these scenes, the cops come out walking or something. It's like, I don't know why they added that. I don't know if that was in Halloween 4 or 5, but that was irrelevant for duck sounds in a horror movie. Why do you do that? Duck sounds in a horror movie? Who does that? Who does that? Duck sounds in a horror movie that is popular.
You remember all kind of you remember all kind of little weird details.
I don't think anyone wants to listen to that.
That I guess I might recognize at the time,
Halloween
but
6,
I do not retain
The Curse of Michael Myers. Probably the worst sequel in history.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. What do curses have to do with this franchise? Nothing.
Well, I think they were somehow trying to tie in the complete failure of 3 into the lore somehow, because that introduced that whole, it's the Halloween curse of the, was it Night of the Witch? I always forget the name. Is it Night of the Witch?
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. Thank you. I apologize for my lack of knowledge on that. Anyway, but I think they were attempting to try and tie that element into it
Mm-hmm.
with the whole marking, that's his symbol and he attacks at certain times because of some weird reason. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Um,
But the thing is, the curse doesn't have to do anything with him. He's still a killing machine without that.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know what it did to him.
Yeah, I think they're just
I
trying
mean,
to.
he's
I think they're
walking
just trying to add
faster.
that whole supernatural element to him, on to why he never dies, and no matter how many times you shoot him, and I think they're trying to add some extra depth to that to try and explain.
I mean,
but
he was walking fast. Have you ever seen Michael walk fast? No, you haven't.
no, that did seem kind of weird because he looks like he's hustling down the hallway trying to chase somebody. I was like, usually slow and steady. I'll get there. You'll fall down and I'll catch you. That's kind of how it always seems,
Uh-huh.
Or I'll sneak up on you when you think you're safe.
Please don't relate to the story that I'm thinking of.
What story are you thinking of?
It doesn't have anything to do with horror movies, so yeah.
So, I think we ventured off last time we were chatting. So,
I don't know.
what movie are you thinking of?
I didn't say movie.
A show,
I
video.
just not. I meant it's like a story, but I'm not, never mind.
Like Tortoise and the Hare?
Oh my god!
Yes? Did I guess it? Did I guess right? Yes?
Just let's not talk about that.
Okay. Let's not talk about the Tortoise and the Hare.
And then Halloween 6, and then Halloween H2O. It has nothing to do with Halloween 2, 4, 5, 6. Nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It explains that Lori faked her death.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't seen Michael in 20 years, which is since the 1978 incident.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael comes back and he starts killing off people like all the other movies, but it takes place in a high school.
In this one, Lori is
a teacher.
Well, she's a teacher, and it seems kind of like she's, I don't know if she's necessarily running the school,
language arts teacher, because
I
saw them reading.
She has a son in this movie, and a husband who, or no. She had a husband. She had a husband, but he died, I think, in the movie. Or not in
Michael
the movie, but he had
stab in the back.
No.
Lift,
her husband.
Lift.
But her husband, I think or the father, had died previously to the movie. I think. But then she has the high school age son.
So I guess the students are in high school.
Who is tired of her always living in fear because of what happened to her, and he's telling her, hey, move on with life, yada yada yada. And then and then what happened was bad. He's gone. Nothing to fear. Move along.
And then all the students go off onto a trip, and
they stay behind. Him and his girlfriend and 2 other friends stay behind. Right?
To just like party or whatever, something.
Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection. Probably, maybe, I don't know, even worse than Halloween 6. Oh, by the way, reverse back to Halloween 20. H2O. Whatever, Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
I don't know. The mask is horrible. They say his eyes are evil. How many times have you seen his eyes while his mask is on? Yeah.
Usually they're kind of like little dark pits.
Look at the Halloween H2O. You can see his eyes.
I mean, up close you can, but like from a distance, it's usually just like kind of dark holes.
Yeah, from up close in some of the Halloween movies, you still can't see his eyes.
Yeah.
Same as Halloween Resurrection. I think he's wearing the same mask, so you can see his eyes.
Yeah.
And then Busta Rhymes.
Oh, hold on. Well, let's stick to H2O because we didn't even get through that one. Because after everything that happened and that, and
at the end there's a twist.
Yeah, because
she ran Michael Myers into a tree, then she cut his head off. But what actually happened is Michael Myers choked a cop or something. He put him in his mask and suit and whatever.
Yeah, 'cause
Then he put them, and then he got put in the body bag, and then Laurie drove off. Michael got out of the bag, and then Laurie thought it was Michael, so she put an immediate stop. Michael flew out the window onto the road, and then he got up, the paramedic, whatever, and then Laurie just drove into him into the tree.
And
so then he started reaching,
crashed the whole
Laurie.
the
and
whole
Laurie was
ambulance.
Like, cry,
or
cry.
Coroner
and
bus.
she was like, "Ha, psych, you thought," and cut off his head. Bye-bye. And then in the next movie, she's in a mental hospital because she basically murdered someone that wasn't Michael Myers.
Which she didn't know.
She didn't know, so it was like an accidental murder.
Yeah. She thought she was actually killing Michael because the guy couldn't talk because his larynx got damaged when Michael actually attacked him. Yeah. So let's see it. Which one are we on now?
Resurrection, last one.
Resurrection.
Okay, here is Resurrection. One. This is.
Hold on. Did we get? Yeah. Because that all that happens in that one with Laurie is the mental institution. There's some crazy guy in there who's memorized all the serial killers, and
Michael gives him.
Michael gives him the knife, but
like,
Laurie supposedly dies like right near the beginning.
And then after, he's like, Michael,
spoilers.
1957,
if you're watching
October
this, we're
30th.
discussing this stuff, so I would hope you know spoilers. But anyway, we've been giving away. I don't know why I'm just now throwing that out there now. Anyway, so after she is trying to kill Michael, but he winds up killing her.
Yeah, cause she like sets up a trap. And
it goes like, it's almost like they were trying to start a movie. They had it all. I don't know the history of the filming, but it's almost like they were trying to. They started this movie with a budget. They were gonna go, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have the budget, and we're not gonna have all, Laurie's not gonna be, or Jamie Lee Curtis is not gonna be able to go through the whole movie. So let's kill her off real quick and regroup and make a completely different weird movie."
And she it was like almost cuts the rope, and then she's like, "I can just make sure this is the right person, so I'm not murdering another person.
Yeah.
Another murder to my ID." Check, Michael. Yeet, rope, snap them, fall. Yeah. Michael, stab in the back. Laurie, kiss. I'll see you in hell.
Yeah.
Fall on poison ivy. I don't know. It's a bunch of plants. Not like I can tell from like 20 feet up high. And the thing is, how can getting stabbed in the back actually kill someone? No. I bet that'd wound someone. And then here we go. Halloween. AKA Halloween H40.
Oh, H40.
Yeah. The newest Halloween is H40. You want to know why?
Don't tell me it's not H40. There's no such thing as H40.
Yes.
H2O is technically water. I mean, so that kind of makes sense, even though it's supposed to be H20.
Halloween 2018
or Halloween
is H40.
Where are you getting that? Is that?
Because she says because the people say it's been 40 years.
Yeah, but don't call it H40. That's just weird.
So then Laurie's like, "I've been preparing for this moment," and then everyone's like, "You need to stop worrying about this. You need to go get some help. Go to a psychiatrist. And I don't care what you do. Stop. Get some help."
Yeah.
Is what everyone's like. And then it's like, Michael. And then the thing is, at one part, or a psycho doctor or something, he kills another police officer or whatever.
Yeah, he kills
And then he
one of the
drags Michael
officers
in the
that was
car.
there during the original
Yeah.
incident. That officer was, yeah, out of nowhere, the doctor's like, he wants to see evil, let's not stop it, can't harm him, but I can kill an officer.
But then he dies too because he gets like shoved up against the car while Michael's like,
Michael,
shove the bars, shove the sheet.
Yeah,
kill this adult's lungs.
Yeah, the evil that he's been studying and trying to protect winds up killing him.
Oh, and by the way, Halloween 6. Oof, 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 oof. Donald Pleasant's dead.
Yeah.
When Halloween 5 was released, before Halloween 5.
Well, he died after the movie finished shooting, and he wound up. He died in February.
He's dead,
was it February he died? And the movie came out when? October.
I don't know. I don't know. If he was still alive, he's over 100 now, I think.
If he were, because he was born in 1919.
I think he was born in 1918.
1918.
So he's like 102.
If he were still alive.
Quote unquote. Well,
if he were still alive.
I'm still celebrating it. Halloween. I mean, not Halloween. 102 years.
You're still celebrating his birthday because he was a pivotal character or pivotal
I thought
actor
he
in the movie.
played in Home Alone 1 and 2 because he was bald and it kind of looked like him. So I was like, I think Donald Pleasance plays in Home Alone 1 and 2.
No.
Stop yelling into the mic.
I'm not. I'm just saying no. But what other? Oh, okay. What? Hold on.
Okay, I was kidding.
Let me get in here real quick because I want to see something.
And I'm 100% sure that Halloween 2018 is H40.
I want to see what other movies he was in. So you can go ahead and keep talking. No point in having silent air.
And Halloween H40, his mask changed a lot. So yeah. And the gas station scene in Halloween 4, I think. Same gas station. Guess what?
What?
There's more kills in the gas station again.
Yeah.
Look, let's recreate Halloween 4 in the gas station scene. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, okay. Let's just copy Halloween's 4 scene and paste it straight into the 2018 H40. Yeah, let's totally do that. That's copywriting our own movie.
Okay. He was in a bunch of stuff I don't recognize.
Well, I bet he's most known for Halloween.
Probably.
And here's a quote that I gotta say from him in Halloween. It's from this scene. It says, "I've been trick-or-treated to death." And then he says, he sees blood on the floor. He's like, "You don't know what death is."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're right. You are right.
Oh. There's one movie I recognize on here. One you haven't seen.
What?
Escape from New York. It's not a horror movie.
He plays as the president?
Yeah, it's an action movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But anyway, now that we've kind of recapped some of the stuff that we talked about in the previous video, what else have we seen since then, other than pretty much finishing up the Halloweens, except for the zombie versions of Halloween.
6.
Well,
A Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Is that the only Tremors one we watched since then?
There's only 6 movies.
Okay. So, what were your thoughts of Cold Day in Hell?
I mean, I liked it, but there was one dumb, stupid character in it. and he was like, "Oh, I'm so scared. I'm just gonna run in my car, and I'm just gonna run away and act like, and I'm just gonna
Well, from the
run
moment,
away and just like nothing happened." But instead, his car gets cut in half, almost like bent in half, and he dies, I guess. So
yeah. Well, you knew from the moment that character is introduced, you know that character is going to die,
dumb
and
characters die.
well, not always, but
DCD.
but the one thing they did in this movie that they hadn't done in the previous movies was make the uh, graboids jumping up out of the ground, flying, and then back into the ground, almost like they're like a fish jumping out of the water and back in.
I think they did that before.
Did they? I know they've popped up, but I don't remember them actually flying up out of the ground.
They did.
Did
I
they?
think they said. I think it was in 5.
Was it in 5? Maybe I
know.
missed it. Like I said, I don't remember every single detail.
And
Getting old. Your dad's getting old. Sorry, buddy. My memory used to be as good as his. Okay. Beep. All right. All right. So.
okay, Tremors 6.
Cold day in hell.
Yeah. If you don't know Tremors, then spoilers, spoilers, stop watching. You need to go watch something else, or just watch the movies before you watch the stream, and then you'll be
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So Tremors 1. I don't want to talk about all the Tremors. I just want to talk about Tremors 6.
Since it was the one most recent one we've watched. Yeah. And then so what were your thoughts?
Well, I think my thoughts are, I mean, it was a good movie. Even though the movie's been around, the movies have been around for 30 years. And honestly, it's still pretty good. It's keeping its like it's how do I
The
explain?
spirit of the previous films. It doesn't wander off too much.
No, unlike Halloween, like Halloween 6 and Halloween Resurrection, all those movies. And Halloween 3. And so if Burt Gummer, that's his name, he plays in every single one of the movies. And he played in this one too, and he had a sickness, and the only way he could be healed is by getting this thing out of a graboid and then insert it in his skin, and they got the cure, but he was like, "Oh, I'm fine. I can still work." And surprisingly, he did. He did last for a while, but he didn't last that long, because he came out of the here's something. He literally came out of the hospital or whatever, the bed, just to shoot down a graboid. He was like, "Stop doing the rookie way. You guys are rookies. You guys are novices."
Yeah, he's in a hospital gown, and
he's like,
so his butt's hanging.
Yeah. Like, "You guys are rookies.
Nobody can see you over there.
You're old fashioned." And then he's like, fall to the ground.
Yeah, but he's in a hospital gown, so of course his butt's hanging out, and they're like, I didn't need to see that, but yeah, they wind up, I forget what's his name, has to wind up climbing inside the graboid that they trap to get
he's like, "This stinks."
To get the stuff out of the gland that's right inside deep inside the mouth of the graboid.
It's like that thing in the back of the mouth.
Like the uvula.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. With all the coronavirus going around and you're going sticking your hands in your mouth and they're trying to tell you, hey, limit is, don't touch your face. Try and be aware of touching your face.
I'm not mom. Dad, this isn't my face. That's my mouth.
Yeah, but that's still.
Face isn't mouth.
If your hands are dirty and you just stuck your hand in your mouth.
No, my hands are not dirty.
I know, you just washed them about 36 minutes ago. But you've touched a lot of other stuff since then. So, yeah, you've touched the door, you touched your iPad. Yeah.
Touched the door like
Remember,
once.
germs are always around. Don't constantly disinfect everything. Anyway, yeah, that is.
Did you say disinfect?
Yeah, disinfect.
Oh, cool. My hand's a wipe and I wipe it.
No, anyway, yeah, it is March 21st after midnight. Coronavirus going around. Not to get super serious around.
Just like homeschooling people.
Is it gonna be the apocalypse? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be joking around. I didn't mean to take it seriously. But it is some scary times. So I hope everybody's taking care of themselves and self-isolating as much as possible, and watch out for your loved ones who are older or immunocompromised and whatnot. But anyway, let's get back to the movies. Because my disappointment, my disappointment of one of my favorite series ever, which I am not. I'm going to tell you right away. I am not a expert in. I love Clive Barker. I love reading his books. I've watched a bunch, if not all, of the movies, of his movies. Even the ones that branched off.
You have not watched all Hellraisers.
I'm pretty sure I have.
You watched the 2018 one?
Yeah. The newest one without.
The newest one?
Yeah.
You watched the
newest? Yeah. Yes, I watched it.
Me looking.
I even prefer that.
Me looking.
I even prefer the that fan film.
And then I
that one that we watched on YouTube the other night. Which isn't that in depth, huh?
Did I look constipated?
Do you look constipated?
No, I said did.
No, you just look.
I was like.
No, you just look like you're making faces. Anyway, but anyway, what were your thoughts of Hellraiser 1 and 2? That's as far as he's gotten. He hasn't seen 3.
I don't really like Hellraiser. I've seen 1. I've seen 2. So far, 3 words. Don't really like it. Oh, it's 4 words.
Why don't you like Hellraiser?
I mean, it's just not my type of horror movie that I like. And
is it because it has too many religious undertones in it?
Let me tell you something. I have solutions for the movie so I could have just fixed that problem and it wouldn't even been a horror movie franchise.
Don't open the box.
Don't open the box, you dumb people. How dumb are you? Do you have an IQ of 1 or something? Or do you have an IQ of 182? Or 132?
I think when you get older and you read the book and the other books that tie into it.
How dumb are people these days?
I think you would appreciate it.
They're like, oh, look at me. I'm going to open the box. This is a cool puzzle box for fun. They're like, they know what's inside the box.
No.
They're like, oh.
They don't know what's in the box. That's the thing.
The 2 adults made a kid open the box. They were like, oh, I'm going to make this kid open the box and summon hell.
They knew because he brought Julia back with the bloody mattress. He sacrificed one of his patients, to bring Julia back in 2. So he had already been researching, and I mean he already had 3 boxes, right? And then he had all kinds of other research and stuff. But you haven't seen 3 yet.
No.
which I think you might like 3.
You think?
But yeah, things I like, you don't like. Like I like sci-fi. What are your view on sci-fi movies?
No. No
No.
thanks.
Star Wars, Star Trek.
Terminator, I looked at the genres or whatever, and it didn't actually say sci-fi. It said action.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a sci-fi.
It is a sci-fi action movie.
But
It can
it's
be in
kind of a
multiple
horror movie.
movies can be in.
It's suspenseful.
Yeah.
It
can be in multiple categories.
I like thriller, horror, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to watch Halloween, Kills, which is coming out this year, October 15th or 16th, 2020, and then next year, Halloween ends.
Yeah.
Michael, come on, die already.
One that we still haven't.
How immune are you to everything? Are you immune to everything?
No.
Are you immune to punches?
One we still haven't finished watching either is the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
We already watched 1, 2, 3, 4, and did we finish 5?
I don't remember if we finished 5, but you still need to watch Freddy versus Jason. We're done with that too.
We still need to watch Freddy's Dead.
Freddy's Dead. Yeah.
Quote unquote, Freddy's Dead.
Yeah.
Not dead because he plays in another movie.
But well, we've watched some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies since then too, right? Since the last video.
We watched 5, I think. I don't know. Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
Oh, you're gonna go through a summary.
So, Freddy was a little kid. His name was what was his name? Fred Krueger, I think.
Fred Krueger.
Yeah, but people
his
usually
name
go
is
by
Freddy.
him Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
But his real name is actually Fred Krueger. So he was a kid or something, and I think he went around killing people or whatever.
No, he wasn't a kid. He was a kid at one point, but he grew up. He was a child killer. That's.
Oh, I thought he was a child.
No, he was an adult.
He got burnt to death.
Yeah. He was an adult. If you remember, he was an adult that preyed on children. There was a trial. Somehow there was a mistrial, so he wasn't found guilty. I forget what the reasoning was. But anyway, he got off. So the parents took it upon themselves to get him and kill him.
They burnt him in the basement.
Right.
And then I think in Friday the 13th, oopsies, not Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street 1, they burned him again.
Yes.
So he's been burned twice, I think.
Multiple times, yes. But
and then I think in the end of the first movie, his mother, Freddy comes out through the glass window, and then he tries to pull in the mother, and then the other kids are stuck in the car with the car hood that looks like Freddy's sweater. So I guess Freddy's kind of controlling the car.
Yeah.
And he's trying to kill the mother. Also in the first movie, it takes place at a bus almost. And they were driving whatever, and then they went off cliff. And then Freddy was driving. He was like, oh. And then they were hanging off like a mountain with lava under it or something.
I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to Clive Barker because there's another movie we watched. Come on, say it with me 5 times.
Oh,
but we gotta find a mirror.
Don't say it.
Why not?
Midnight Meat Train?
No, we didn't finish that one.
Oh my god. What other Clive Barker did we watch?
Look in a mirror and say his name 5 times.
Wait, he wrote that?
Yes. Is it because You didn't know it was Clive Barker. You liked it. Is it because you didn't know? Sorry. Audio was picking up there. Is it because you didn't know it was Clive Barker you liked it?
No.
But you did like it.
Yeah.
Because you actually want to sit and watch. Yeah, Farewell to the Flesh.
How many are there?
I don't know why.
Your mouth whispers.
Why is my phone playing?
Broken phone.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry for the echo there.
I'm glad they changed the volume changer because it was honestly kind of annoying on the iPad where it was in the middle.
Hold on for a second. You were annoyed by something on an iPad? By a product by Apple?
But they changed it, so yay. That problem's gone.
Apple fanboy here, just.
I hate Android! I hate Android!
I think Apple makes good hardware. I just don't like the software implementation that they do. I think the hardware a lot of times is way overpriced, especially with those new computers they've got.
Yeah, they made an iPad Pro 4.
No, I'm talking about the desktop.
Oh.
The iMac with the $1,000 monitor stand. I'm sure it's a great system. It's just way out of my price range, and I do a lot of open source
iPad
stuff.
Pro 3
so
was
I'm not sure exactly how that runs on Apple.
Guess what? iPad Pro 4 is cheaper than iPad Pro 3.
No, it's probably depending on what the specs are, but the iPad.
Yeah, there's like different versions. Yeah. You have like an $800 version and then a $1,000 version.
With a $350 keyboard, trackpad,
and then you have the Apple Pencil
case stand thing that the new one comes with.
Yeah, it has a trackpad with it, and then the keyboard and whatever. I really want to get a trackpad for myself, but I'm gonna have to save up.
You're gonna save up all that. I'm buying you an iPad Pro.
I'm not talking about an iPad Pro. I'm talking about an iPad keyboard.
Oh, well,
I want to save up for that.
That's not going to work with your iPad.
What?
I don't think that's going to work with the iPad. I think it works with the iPad Pro. The new iPad Pro 2020. There are keyboards cases for an iPad, and they probably have some of that software implementation of the being able to use a mouse with an iPad, but I'm a Windows, Linux, Android person. Yeah. I know. But anyway.
If someone gives me an Apple
since we're completely off
like,
topic
yes,
now
please.
and just chatting now.
If someone gives me an Android product. No thanks.
Yeah, I am going to keep working on changing up these graphics and whatnot. I haven't done much with this one. But
the iPhone 4S that I have, they changed it to that type of looking iPad. So they changed it to more of a, it's not like round kind of.
Where it's the kind of slab.
It's like flat.
Of two pieces of glass
and
metal frame.
0.15 millimeters.
I don't know what the measurements are.
Like
I remember the first thin iPad they came out with. They were like, look, it hides behind a pencil. So I had a little pencil sitting there on the desk, and behind it was an iPad. You don't remember that commercial?
I remember I had an iPad Air 2, and that was made 6 years ago.
Yeah, and what happened to that one?
On the concrete.
Without its case?
No. think I had the case on. But it wasn't one of those magnetic
No, I
cases.
think you had the case off.
No, I had the case on. I was carrying it by here, and then I guess it flipped open, and then it slammed on the concrete, and it cracked. Because it's not a magnetic case.
Mm-hmm.
And those elastic whatever cases are better, because magnets can just pop off at any time compared to the elastic, where, okay, it can snap, but that's strong elastic. So.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to wind up smacking a microphone. But anyway, since it is what time right now at school, you are out on spring break, which will go on
for 2 weeks.
Unknown at this current time. You're not going back till
April, yes.
April 15th, maybe at the earliest. So.
At the earliest?
Yep. There are places right now they're shutting down, telling people you can't go anywhere.
School ends May 23rd, I think. So that means I only have a month of school, and I missed a month of school.
Yeah, they're high
My
school.
face.
They're high school kids who have worked hard all their life, trying to get good grades and
Robin
all that,
said
and they're not going. They're not going to get to graduate. They're not. They might graduate technically, but the whole fun part that people remember, going through graduation, putting on the cap and gown, getting your diploma, and everybody out there cheering you on and celebrating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't get to do that this year.
And then senior people?
That's seniors.
Yeah, that's canceled. I don't know. Senior, whatever canceled. Junior, whatever canceled.
Everything's canceled. Your mathletes that you're studying for, that you're staying over for school, that's not going to happen.
Am I even going to pass 4th grade?
That's going to be up to us and your teacher when we.
Because I don't think I'll be able assessment. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the FSA writing test.
Nobody's taking any test.
Unless we're going to be stressed out when we come back to school, if we even do, and we're going to be taking 3 FSA tests in the same month or almost.
All tests canceled.
Don't you have to take the FSA test to pass the grade?
Not this year. They're going solely based on your performance and evaluate the tests that you've taken up to this point, plus whatever you do on once they get the online learning stuff set up. So that's why after the 30th, we'll probably be getting your Chromebook, so we can start doing that. We'll be having probably regular conversations with your teacher. On
my math, guess what? Last year, I had the 99th percentile, which means I'm better than 99% of people that took this test.
Yeah, you're in the upper 1%.
Yeah. And this quarter,
you've always been good at math.
This quarter, guess what I got?
What?
98. Better than 98% of the people who took the test.
No.
Let's see. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to. So I guess I won't even be able to take the Star 364 test.
Any test that you were planning on taking this year, you're not going to be taking.
So reading test canceled, math test canceled, FSA test canceled, Star 360 test canceled.
Yep.
Our average reading test.
I also found out today that not only did they close the one plant that I told you about the other day, but the one in Pennsylvania, they closed it down too, because they're telling everybody in the state to lock down. So that's 2 plants canceled where I work.
Are we like the only state who doesn't have lockdown or something?
No, there's only like 3 states that are doing.
Well,
serious, like.
well, from now it just seems like to me it just seems like Pensacola right now, or where we're living. It's mostly fine. I mean, I see a few people every now and then wearing masks, but that's really it.
Well,
I don't see many
I
people
think
wearing
right
masks.
now we only have
I saw like one person today wearing a
two
mask.
cases here.
Yeah, I think one of them was a 6-year-old kid.
Well, no, I think that's just in Florida.
Well,
I don't think that happened here.
Well, I know we had a
I
case
know they
in
had
Escambia
I know they
and
had
one in Mobile.
I know they had somebody in the military. I think it was Eglin that was diagnosed with it. They have, I don't know. We'll have to look at the news and see, but it's kind of depressing right now. But back to actual horror movies. And
I really want to get something to comfort in this chair because
well, I
just my
want
legs
to
right
get
now
better
feel,
chairs.
my legs feel
since
like now like
since
I'm
my
sitting on spikes that are gonna kill me.
yeah, well,
I'd
since
rather sit on the
our
floor
office
than
chair
this.
broke and I have to get another one. So,
This camera.
but no, I think we've been going at this for almost an hour. I think we're gonna call it a night because I have been at work all night. Yay. Okay. But yeah, since I have been at work all night and tired, would like to get some rest and go to sleep. And you need to eventually start. I know it's spring break, but starting next week, we're gonna get you back on a schedule. So anyway, thank you guys for whoever watched. I know this is it started off horror and we kind of evolved, but like I said, this is just us, father son, having chit chats. Mr. Knowledgeable Boy down here, who remembers all the details of everything.
Because I like to watch all the trailers.
And obsess about all the movies. What other movies that you're looking forward to watching? You know they're new. You know they're making another Candyman.
Yeah, 2020. It's just a remake.
Yeah. There's gonna be more Halloween movie.
2 more. As we know of.
Yeah. But yeah. I hope everybody's doing well. Take care of yourself. You got anything you want to say? Mister, I'm gonna play with the tripod so the camera wiggles.
I don't know.
No, you don't want to say bye to everybody.
Oh,
or
I didn't know.
If anybody's ever watching this,
bye.
I know Eric might. But, shout out to the unapologetic geek.
He's shouting out to himself.
I'm shouting out to him. I'm not him.
I thought you said Eric would shout out to the unapologetic geek, and that's his channel.
No, I said shout out to the unapologetic geek.
Oh, I thought you said Eric will shout out to the unapologetic geek. I was like,
no.
He shouts out to himself. Hey,
well,
Eric!
I'm sure he does, because sometimes you need to boost your own confidence. Sometimes you just need. Sometimes you look yourself in the mirror and just go. I forget the SNL skit.
Here's something.
Gosh darn it, I'm worth it. I forget what that is. I forget the character.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what's going on inside their head? Song starts playing.
There's a lot of people I wonder that, and then I immediately stop because I will probably get depressed and upset if I keep dwelling on what I think might be going on in that person's head.
Huh?
But anyway, we're gonna call. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, we're actually gonna definitely sign off now. It's been over an hour. It's time for bed for me soon, and all right. You good? Mm-hmm. We will see y'all again. We'll run through more horror movies and keep it unscripted as always. That's how I like to work, just kind of off the cuff. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Be safe.
Bye bye.
Say bye. Bye bye, humans.